Well, look at that. Looks like I got everything fixed. Not having problems like I did last time. Hello again. Welcome to Art with Mad Mel. I am the Madman himself, and I thank you for coming to another wonderful art episode of pure madness. So I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Yeah, so what are we going to do today? I have a cover I have to finish, and I have pretty much completed all my stuff that I needed for, hey Demetra, how you doing? Pretty much finished everything I need to do for the coming up event. I gotta fix this. Hold on. Ah, yeah, that's better. There we go. Yes to the yes indeed. We are ready. But yeah, I gotta finish the cover. I got started a little bit earlier, so, you know, nothing too serious, right? But I got a little bit of it started, so that way, speed up time a little bit. So once we get that done, that'll be our picture for today. And, what was that? Oh, that's right. That's some stuff I was going to talk about. I made a little list of some things, you know, just to see what was spark up things like, you know, some fun topics, right? So we got something to talk about in case the things get a little silly or we ain't got much to talk about. I got something that we can do. So, all right, let's get ready, shall we? And if time's permitting, I'll probably go over some of the process of putting the varnish on some of my paintings. So I will be doing that maybe tonight if I get done with this picture. So how about we go on ahead and get over to the screen, shall we? Oh boy, here we go. Alright, so this is going to be for the Wild Rusted West. This is basically going to be the front cover for that. You know, I did most of this, got some of the stuff lined up, got the little building here, right? And I already had the silhouette of the body that I was going to use. So I want to turn some music on, and I wonder how are you doing today, Dimitri? And whoever else is also live watching right now, throw in the chat how you doing, and let's chat a little bit if you want to. Let me get some music going, have something fun to play. Just hit the shuffle, right? Like always, hit the shuffle button. Let me see. Turn that about here. That seems pretty good. Oh man, weather has been very insane today. There's been a lot of rain. I didn't think it was gonna rain this much. A lot more rain than I was expecting. So what are we gonna... Hey, Angie, hey, how you doing today? You're new. I haven't seen you before. Hello, welcome. I hope madness finds you well today. So, like I said, I'm working on a cover for a coloring book I've been working on for a while, and I finished all the other pictures. Like your look. Oh yeah, these. Yeah, well, you know, when you have free roam, I call these free range locks, right? And I like to take this off. Well, actually, I could probably turn transparency mode on. That's better. So, you know, since they're free, I don't have them in a specific row. They're just all over the place, right? Whichever lock is what. So it's easier for me to just bundle them up whichever direction that they're facing and wrap them up that way. I like it. It's cool. People look at me weird sometimes. They're like, oh, does that dude got pigtails? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes, my free reign locks are in pigtail format. I know, right? It's crazy, but I enjoy it, you know. So I want to make this kind of like a rogue, not like a rogue, but like a kind of like a desperado. No, it's sick. Thank you. I like it, you know, and I've always been a person that just enjoys doing whatever I like to do. I always think of it like, if you don't like what I'm doing, catch up. You're behind, right? You know, fashion is about fun. That's my philosophy. Fashion is fun. You know, gotta enjoy your clothes while you have them. It's like, what do you mean by that? I don't know, you know, seasons change, Bodies change. Enjoy your clothes. Hell, if you want to wear a suit, if you want to wear a 3-piece suit to go nowhere but the grocery store, do it. Free shot. No, I'm serious. You think about, I have a jacket. I have a jacket myself, and this thing has a cape. What I'm drawing here, my coat has a cape, and it's awesome. But I'm like, and where my hideaway location is at is kind of in a country little town. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but when I have to leave out into the public domain, I kind of scare some of the locals, and especially the fact that there's been rumors that things from where the location of the madhouse is at, you get weird creatures. I'll draw one tonight if we if I decide to, because I'm all over the place, shock therapy and all that. Oh, let me break. I do this a lot. I break the fourth wall, so it's for those people who can't get the whole immersion thing. So let me just scoot that out of the way. All right. So, yeah, I the hook of the show is that I'm a artist that's like an anomaly, and this is the Madhouse, which is basically a facility for the artistically insane. So, yeah, welcome. And that's what we do here. Is kind of the hook and the humor. So we talk about shock therapy and stuff. I'm not electrocuting nobody. Who's got that type of money to be going around shocking people? But it's fun. It's fun. You're supposed to have fun. Art's fun. Life's stressful. You gotta laugh. You gotta have fun. All right, now let me get back here for those in the back row that didn't understand this, so we can get back to the immersion. Okay, so let me just pull this back. Anyways. So yeah, where was I? Wow, I got a brain fart. I can't remember what I was talking about. It's like I just blanked out. Like I blanked out. Like I don't even. Do you guys ever have that? Like you blank out, like you were talking, and then all of a sudden, like you had to go and explain. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Too much electricity. Yeah, you like that, didn't you? So, that's and you should see what I do to people who troll sometimes in real life. Oh boy, I give them a run for their money. But yeah, my style of art is free form. Oh, for sure, all the time. Oh yeah, talk about drawing the road. Oh, talk about drawing the road. Oh, this, yeah. So this is an illusion. Like I have a pen that. Let's see, let's see here. YouTube, I wish you would, since I know they're going to hear this, I do this often as well. I talk to YouTube and let them know what's going on, because we all know, I've had the Mad Doctor try to get some intel of getting in touch with them, but he keeps saying he's running into complications, whatever that means. Whatever that is. Yeah. So how did you find us today? I'm always interested in how people find us. If you found us through that hole in the bushes, that's where things get out sometimes. And hey, it's okay. Just don't let the rest of the neighborhood know where you found it, right? Not everybody can handle it. I know one time we got a mad when he was parachuting and got lost. I don't know how that happened, but he ended up at the madhouse. He had a great time, and then I don't know where he went after that. That was kind of bizarre. Anyways. So what's something new with you guys in the chat? Anything new going on? Learn anything new? Find anything interesting? Let me know what you guys are up to. Or if you don't want to and you just want to chill, then that's cool too, right? So, the art software I'm using is Clip Studio EX. I'm using version 2 right now. I don't know. Version 2 is not too bad, but I am going to upgrade. I think 4.0 is out. That's got some interesting tools. Just to keep it fresh and like what's going on. Because, you know, I forget to do that sometimes, explain what's happening. I just get into the process and just do, you know. But, yeah. Let's see. Alright, so the helmet looks pretty good. Let's see. I want to try to do like a bodysuit kind of deal, right? I want to do like a bodysuit kind of situation. Just chilling, watching your video. Word. Man. Well, I know what I can talk about. I'll talk about that game Dune. I've been playing that. That game has been giving me a hard time. Started off, got eaten by the sandworm twice. First night playing it. That was rough. I had a very difficult time. But the game is actually pretty fun. You know, Survival Crafters is one of those games you gotta, either you love it or you hate it. I have a love-hate relationship for them, but this one I didn't hate it too much. It's not too bad. I actually enjoy it. So, what you got, Dimitri? You got anything that you want to talk about? Anything maddening going on? Or Angie, what about you? Do you have anything if you're still here? Or anybody else that's watching that might be pondering? I'm going to talk about the piece of art. You know, did you see something spooky in your backyard? Right? What have you seen that's interesting? I don't know. I always find that to be kind of a quirk of mine. Like, what do you see that's bizarre? Because being an artist, you kind of see things differently sometimes. You know, see minute details and things. I like it. I like being able to see that. But news has been crazy. Kind of tired of that. You know, the news is just, you know, it's just terrible. But what can you do? What can you do? Well, I say go on safari. Oh, that didn't line up the way I wanted it to. Alright, so. Alright, let's see. Well. There we go. Now the legs will do something funky down here. I'm thinking like old school 1980s anime kind of bot, you know, something in that order. That's where I'm pulling this from. I got caught out in the storm. Ooh, that's gross. I hate when I get caught out in rainstorms. Especially when you're not expecting it. Like, you know, they say that it's going to rain. You know it's going to rain. But then when it does rain, you're like, oh, it's either one of two things. It's either like, oh, it's no rain, whatever. They lied again. Because I know when I used to live in Florida, that was the case. It was always, oh man, well, Florida's a different place. You know, it will say, oh, it's going to rain. And then, like, you know, that might mean monsoon. That might mean, you know, a little sprinkle here and there. But in this case, you know, you never know. You never know. Like today, like as of weather, as of late, you never can tell. It's always, this has been a very wet, what is this, June? Yeah, been a very, very wet June. Which, I mean, I'm okay with it if it can calm some of the heat down. Because madness thrives in heat. Just keep that in mind. The hotter it gets, the crazier people get. Be mindful. As temperatures rise, temperatures in people's countenance rise. And people get short-tempered because it's hot. And, you know, you don't want to fool with that. A lot of people are on edge. A lot of people on edge. We got some new we got a new person in the facility today. We had to do inventory and take a new person in, right? And they were going on and on and on. They got caught up in a bunch of politics and stuff, and they were just having a fit. And we got them on a program, but you know, they were watching too much stuff, and you got to be careful with the things you are ingesting sometimes. I know I've had to take breaks from the media, social type of media, and I know I'm a content creator. I mean, you know, I stream, I make content, and it's like, oh man, but you got to be on here, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I do. It's a double-edged sword sometimes. You know, but too much of anything can be bad for you. There we go. Now we can get some funky legs going on here. I'm thinking about some real old school robot legs, like hard robot legs, right? Let's see. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll start off with this brush. It's actually a different brush I've been using. I've been using it for excuse me, clothing detail, but I found out that this is what I use for most of that out there, which is pretty nice. Let's see here, we're going to do a little bit of this. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, I like that. This is going to be a nice cover. I ain't going to lie. I really do like how this is turning out. Alright. Well, looks like the chat kind of died down. Let's do a roll call. Let's see who's still here, because we're going to go to the next thing I want to talk about. What do you mean? Actually, I'll probably just start talking about it. So, let me get my my handy dandy telephone. And what was it that I was going to say? Oh! Could you imagine if there was a secret life to all your appliances in your home? Like everyday things. Imagine like your toaster had a hidden agenda for your life. Or, you know, your socks held, council meetings and stuff like that with other laundry, how to like bring your doom and stuff like that. Could you imagine if like your clothing had sentience? Like your clothes, your furniture. Like, could you imagine that? Like for just a second, like how your clothing would feel about you, about how you wear them. Like, I cannot stand my human. I don't like the way that they tuck me tight into their pants every time they put me on. And whoever's coming in here is like, what is this man talking about? I'm talking about sentient clothing. That's what I'm talking about. And also furniture, like your couch can have an emotional, you can give your couch emotional distress. Like, oh man, I hate when you have your friends come over because one of them likes to sit on me and it makes me feel very uncomfortable. I don't like it. What do you mean, couch? You know, they like to just, you know, I don't know, something silly like they like to hammer farts into me. I don't know. How would you feel if you had someone say, "Hey, listen, I don't like it when your friend Doug comes over. He likes to hammer farts into me, and I don't want to deal with this anymore." How could you handle that? Like, you know, you have company come over and they keep, oh man, I get thrown out of the chair. No, they don't like how you have one leg larger than something weird. You know, how would you feel? Nobody would like that. I would hate that. Actually, to tell the truth, I would hate that very much. That would really suck. You get yelled at, or your shirt gets too tight because, you know, you didn't use the right type of fabric softener or something. Something wild. Like, what could you do? What could be done? I just think the like your refrigerator or something like that would be terrifying. I wouldn't like that. Why you keep defrosting me, man? Like, could you, like, you go to get something out of there? Hey man, get out of me. You keep opening my chest, you keep slamming it. You know, you got mad, you slammed my chest and broke my shelves inside my torso. What's wrong with you? Hey, you're a refrigerator. You shouldn't be talking to me like that. I would hate that. Nah, on second thought, we can just say no to that. But I'm sure somebody in the basement's going to end up making that into a thing. I'm sure Nuclear Nuisance is going to end up doing that. I'm quite sure. You give him an inch and he'll just, oh man, I'm going to go on ahead and let me put this together, and then he'll start roaming around downstairs somewhere. Between him and the doctor, I don't even understand. There we go. What's this guy's name? I was just gonna have him as like the traveler, you know, kind of like a mercenary or something, you know, one of those kind of guys. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Kind of not like a Boba Fett, you know. As every time someone's like, "Oh man, a bounty hunter, you mean Boba Fett?" No, I don't mean Boba Fett. I mean, granted, Boba Fett's awesome, but you know, you just, I don't know. I know I'm nitpicky. It's like, hey, wait, no, not everybody knows that. I don't know. I read a lot of science fiction, so sometimes I'm like, I have a different idea, but you can imagine however you want to, you know. It can be whoever you want it to be. Once a person gets the coloring book, I mean, it's like fun just to have fun with it. Let your imagination run wild. I'm hoping that the kids that buy this, or whoever buys this, I don't know if there's any like children that are going to be there primarily or anything, but I have some younger style books, but anybody that purchases one of these, I hope they enjoy it. And the way I'm drawing is it's like a little bit more challenging to color, but I think it'll be appreciated. Oh, I ain't heard this song in a while. There we go. There we go. Make the foot look different, right? Make it look like whatever you want. That's the beautiful part about doing something by just enjoying the process. That's what I try to do with my style of art. Is I know the direction I want to go, but it doesn't have to be conventional, like, oh, I'm going to take the interstate to my direction, or I'm going to go down the street. Like, why not just, oh yeah, he's a robot, definitely. Like, why not just go on ahead and just take the truck, like, right off the road and go through someone's backyard, through the bushes, go straight, plow just straight through that fence, just keep going, cut through someone else's yard, right? And you just keep going. Like, I'm going to get there, but it's not going to be the way you think. Like, oh, I wanted to ride with you. No, that was a terrible idea. I didn't know you were going to do this. No, you didn't, did you? But that's how I get places. Sometimes you got to be brave and bold and just go for it, right? You can't just sit around and not do. You got to try. You know, that's the important thing, is to try it in life. You don't have to try everything. There's some things that aren't good for you. So just, like, leave it alone. You know? Or you can be hard-headed and just be like, man, I don't listen to nobody. I want to do what I want. And you know, hey, do what you want. And then when you have to pay that tax, then it's like, what do you mean the tax? Time, energy, money. You know, whatever. He looks like a robot elf. I have never done that, but yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, no, like the back of his head is where you would see what I was going to do here. This is where that was going to be. No. And yes, I would color this if I had a laser printer that actually had like color ink. I don't have. I had a well, the color ink situation. Not right now. I didn't really think much about that at the time. You know, just time got away from me. You know how time can get away from everybody. Nobody's susceptible to time getting away from you. I think that's the reason why people like to rush up the time clock on stuff. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to get deep into that. There we go. We got a couple of wires going on here. I'll do something special for the armor. Give it a little personality. I'm gonna see if I can find some metal. Hold on. I gotta find something that can be used for metal. No, those are hard, so I can use that for something else later on. Aha, here we go. I'm just playing around. Is that the landfill of trash? No. So the theme is like the Wild West, right? You know, like the Wild West, like an old Western, right? But everybody's robots. That was kind of the idea when I was making this. I'm like, man, I want to do some cowboy stuff, but I want to do something different. You know, just something different. I was kind of jaded just seeing all the same stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see something different. And I'm like, well, if I want to see something different, well, I know I can make it. So I went on ahead and here we are, right? I figured you guys wouldn't mind seeing something a little bit different from time to time. So why not? And then, you know, other people would like to see it too. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's the ticket. You know, like it's like a I like this to kind of have that illusion. You don't know if it's really like a bot. Is it a bot? Is it a human? Is it a cyborg? You don't know. What are you? Who are you? You know? If you like the content I'm creating, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know tonight's a little bit slower than usual. Sometimes we got this place jamming in here. Sometimes it's chill. You know, it just depends. And we got mad ones all over the world. So, you know, we got people dropping in all the time. Some of them I haven't seen in a while. Some of them I have. Hold on, let me see, where is it? There we go. And then we go over, see. No. Where was it? then... Ooh. Oh, well, that's... Oh, okay. I didn't know what that brush was. I forgot what that brush was for a minute. I'm like, what brush is that? What is that? What is that? Metal shade. Ah. Nice. I wonder, can I do that if I make this large enough? Oh, I wonder. Okay, that's going to be for a different picture, but not this one. But I wanted to see something. Sometimes I find out stuff in real time. You know, why not? Why not? I don't know, I still have this song. There we go. Yeah. A half cape. I like it. Yeah, I like the half cape. It's usually where, you know, the half cape is for the blaster. Like, you don't know where the blaster's at. And I always think of him having like a chest holster. You know, like the blaster's up here. So you don't see his hand, but his hand's always here. If someone's talking, and then he can just tilt it down. And then, you know, just the quick like, boom, you know, the cape open, bow, and then the blast, you know. That's all I was thinking about. At least that's where my mind was at. My imagination was there, you know. Nah, we don't need that. Don't need none of that, actually. That's kind of silly. Let's go back. Let me get that brush back again. Because I want it subtle. I don't want to do anything too crazy. That was the whole idea of this, is just to make it kind of almost like mirages in the background kind of stuff, you know. Sometimes we do, not all the time, but sometimes we do. When it decides that it wants to act a donkey and, you know, actually go crazy, yeah, it can get a little uneasy, you know. Which, you know, I mean, I'm not a big fan of, you know, real terrible rain, because it can always bring something else with it, you know, and that sucks, because I've been around that, like, oh man, it's raining, and then, oh boy, a tornado, you know. Oh, wait, hold on. I can make this. Oh. Well, yeah, I can do this too. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit it like that. Yeah, let's do this. Let's make this town a little bit easier. Well, definitely did not want it to go down to like a 1. No. Yeah, you know, I've always, there's a anime character I'm very fond of. Probably one of my favorite animated characters of all time, Captain Harlock. Captain Harlock, I loved his whole aesthetic, his cape. He's got that, he's got a bird. He's a space pirate. Well, now he is. He flies to Elmerelda. Really interesting character. I really enjoyed that whole story, and it's a very old story too. I mean, it's been going on. It's part of like a space opera, you know. Like the Starship Yamamoto and all of that are also interconnected with this series. It's pretty cool. I like it. Yes, definitely welcome if Angie is still here. I'm happy that we got somebody new that showed up. That was really awesome. This became a new mount when you get into all the mad events free. Ah, yeah, all the mad events. You get an extra juice box, and you know, you get one free session with Mr. Smiles. You know, that was my favorite part. The free Mr. Smiles session. Little pick me up electroshock therapy. You know, he'll get you right every time. I'm also a client, as well as so. Yeah, typo sometimes. It happens. Alright, here we are. You know, you got robots walking around, you got all kinds of crazy stuff. So, I mean, the ground's going to be kind of busted up a little bit, right? That's a good song. This one's a long blast from the past. I don't want to... Hey, how you doing, Vosto? Thank you. Yeah, this is old song. I think I picked this up when I first started. Yeah, this is actually after I started, when I stopped trying to compose my own stuff for shorts. But yeah, I always thought that this was pretty neat. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been very busy. I've been in a hole for some time. hotkey shortcut here saves me a lot of time. There we go. Let's see, what did you say here? A membership to the Mad Mel. Mad Mel's the Mad Mel get to have a full come apart stay. Therefore, yeah. Ah, yes, you definitely gotta stay for your hut coat. That's good. That's good. Glad that you're doing good. Yeah, you gotta stay for your hut coat. Like, why not get your hut coat? I don't understand why people don't want their hug coats. Like, you get a hug all the time. You can lock in, full immersion, you know, all the time. Like, you don't have to worry about, I don't really feel like I'm getting the full hug experience, Mad Mel. Oh, no, we'll make sure that you will have that at all times. Because, you know, and they're made out of really good material, too. It's not like you're getting cheap-made hug coats. We make sure that one's made specifically for you, for your own comfort, right? Glad to see me create? Yeah, I've got an event coming up. It's a festival coming up, and I am trying to get some of these coloring books done, and I have to get this stuff done by actually early morning Saturday at the latest if I have to do anything over. But what we're going to do here in about 3 or 4 minutes, I want to get a couple of the paintings I'm not really doing anything with now that I have to put anything extra on. I'm going to put some varnish on it to show you guys exactly the messy and frustrating process of varnish. It's important for your paintings that you need them. You need varnish on your paintings. If you don't, I've suffered through UV rot, and that's a thing where the UV light will dull out the actual acrylic paint. Some people don't like acrylic because of that. I think that if you do this process properly, there's nothing wrong with it. So, you know, and there's always somebody saying, oh, you know, you need to come to oil. I don't have the patience for oil, man. I don't have the patience for oil painting because I got, you know, acrylic's nice for being able to get it out there, and if you know how to use acrylic properly, you will never run into an issue. You know, you gotta know that acrylic is going to dry a lot quicker, so you got to be a lot more precise on what you're trying to do. You know, as much air as hitting it, as quick as it's going to start to dry, right? So if you keep that in mind, it won't be a problem. Usually most people don't realize that. Also, using different mediums helps also. You know, you could put like iridescent, you could put glossy, you could put matte. I suggest put matte, add a little bit, brightens up the colors, makes it a little bit bolder, put gesso on your paintings, on your canvases, that kind of stuff. Little preparation. You know, it's like if you jump into a shower to take a bath, you know, to bathe yourself, but you jump in there without any soap, right? Like no soap, nothing to really like clean yourself. You just jump in there with water. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, well, I can get clean. I mean, you know, we're not going to have that argument or discussion. We'll just let you figure that out as you get around other people and, you know. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know what anybody's actual habits are. I hope everybody's trying to stay hygienic. But who am I to tell you what to do? Well, I'm looking for something very specific here. Where are my clouds? Where did my dadgum clouds go? I am looking for my clouds, and I don't know where they went. Why? Aha, here we go. Beautiful. Alright, which ones am I looking for? You're not going to get much, right? And then, you know, we've been out here and you can kind of get an idea. We'll get some rock. I'll get a rock, I'll get some like rock brush or something like that. Give it a little bit more detail out there. Put some of these out there. Not that. That's silly. I don't know what that was, but that was not what we were trying to do. And I don't like that. Wasn't a fan. Ah, here we go. I can go back here. Or maybe. That's silly. Why did I do that? Oh, well that was silly. That could have been really bad. Just everything gone. That would suck. Here we go. I should have done this earlier on in the picture. Or really wanted it to show. You don't need that many back there. You know, just piddling around, trying to fill in absent space, right? And sometimes you don't really even need to do that, but I'm trying to because... Where is it? I'm looking. Well, I found the brush that I needed, but it's not giving me what I want. I got the wood. There we go. Look at that. Easy when you know how. Look at that. Now that is a cover. There we are. Looks like Borderlands. Ah, I'm excited. That's sick. I love it. I love it. I don't care if anybody else loves it. I love it. I love this. This is nice. There we go. Alright, and we got that, and now I'll do There we go. Oh, I know what I can do with this. Looks like a post-apocalyptic drawing. A little bit. I mean, you gotta think, like, if it was a world full of robots, I mean, and there was, like, no organic life. My whole thing that I do with this sometimes is, like, if there's no organic life, then everything would be basically dismal and halfway dead, because what would be the purpose of it? Everything would be dry, everything would be probably hot, you know, probably heavily irradiated. I mean, the radiation around all these bots would be ridiculous. Like, you would die. The amount, and then don't even get started with like how much emissions are being produced off of these robots. You know, like some of them, especially like big, huge gas guzzlers, or you know, however they would be powered, they're producing a lot of electricity, and that would probably cause a lot of problems. Or at least that's where my mind would go. No, I don't want to use up that much ink on that. Hold on. Because I have to print a few different sets of this, so I don't want to use up everything. Supplies sometimes are a mess. There we go. Let me see if I spelled that right. Alright, there we go. It looks very flat. I tell you what, no, I'm not happy with any of that. Getting rid of all of that. I can do better. I can do better. We're gonna do better. Oh, wait. Oh, too far. Damn. There we go. The music, yeah, I know, the music's kind of crazy, ain't it? I like that song. This one too. There we go. Oh boy, these headphones. How many of you guys run into that where your headphones make your ears sweat? Oh man, they suck. Ah. There we go. Beautiful. Damn, that's a hard-ass cover, boy, I tell you. That's hard. I love that. That's that, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. That's it. Gotta put the signature here, right? Bam. Yes, this music has a 1990s house funk vibe. Yeah, a little bit. The flute got me. The flute's what got me. That's what really sold me on this. I was like, okay. Okay. Alright, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here. Alright. Boom. That one's done. And what's the next step? PNG. Yes, give me that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that part of the show. Now, let's see here. One second. Let me see what I have available that we can start. I'm going to put the varnish on it. I tell you what, actually, some of these, well, two of them are still wet. Never mind. Haha. So, hand drawing then, right? Got 15 minutes. I can hand draw something. Why not? Let me move some of this stuff off of the desk, out of the way. And then I will get the sketchbook, wherever it's at. It likes to run away from me sometimes. Where did it go? Well, never mind on that either. This is what happens when you clean up your area. When you're normally a junky artist and you clean up your area. And it's like, oh man, I don't know where my stuff went. So, with that being said, let me go back through here and see what I have that I can maybe finish up for you guys. Let's see, out of all the coloring books, let me go back to wait, where is that one picture at that I was working on? Oh, there's the little bag, sack, little ball bag, dude. Ah, there we go. Let's put some more work on this one. From when we were in the backyard, right? We're adding some color to it, right? That's right, we're in the color layer. So let's go back to this, shall we? Oh, man. Okay, well, be careful. People are mad out there. That's very weird. Why is that thing acting like that? Fan. Ceiling fan is acting silly. But you gotta love that. Let's see. Alright, so his jacket was like a darker blue? I believe it was a darker blue. It's not like the purplish blue. It's more of that pale blue. Oh boy, he's been hurt too many times. Well, you know what? That's unfortunate. He needs some electricity. He needs some electricity. That's what he needs. Ah, that's better. There we are. Yeah, his whole character, that's his colors, just solid dark, like multiple colors of dark blue, or darker blue. Yeah, I'm not that shocked at the situation. Madman is never that shocked at the situation. I'm used to seeing all the crazy stuff. So what happened back here, for those of you that might be looking at this thinking, what in the world are we looking at? Well, what you're looking at here is someone wanted to see a painting in the backyard, and I said, fine. And they said, yeah, you said something about you'll put an eldritch horror in it, and I said, okay. So this is what they wanted, and then I gave them what they wanted, but they weren't ready for all of that, right? So they weren't ready for all the madness that was coming with that. So that's what this is a depiction of. I told them I was going to have a fun time. I had a great time. They didn't. I don't know where they went. They disappeared, and then the alarm came out, yelling, and because they were screaming, and we got the alarm, and he runs around, and when he sees something, it starts making this like yelling noise, like help, someone, help, help. That's what is happening there. This thing's yelling help, like really, really loud. So it's a whole mess going on over here. Let me see something here. Dang, I always get that one shoulder off. Good song. I'm gonna put my ears to trouble from this Giga Chad stuff about to kick on. There we go. I love the ramp up. Don't get me wrong with that. Just the way it comes in is very very rattly. And I love listening to like hard style drum and bass, all that kind of stuff. But something about that song just doesn't cut it for me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't cut it for me. This top layer sucks. I'm gonna have to put some real different type of work into this, because this looks like it's gonna be a different kind of situation. Uh-oh. don't know, I just like this beat. That beat's just, you know, it's interesting. And yeah, I could probably have better music. I probably need a bit more music. Then we gotta do some shading and some other layer stuff and some hue and some lighting and all that stuff. This is just a flat color. I'll get it looking prim and proper, which I'll probably end up doing this on Thursday. Thursday we'll probably do this, you know, probably finish this up, or depending what's going on, you'll probably end up seeing me literally just working through all the way through. I don't know what I might do Thursday. It's still up in the air, you know, but chances are I'm probably going to be working on getting things ready for it. So you guys might actually get to watch me coil bind and put the books together, and we'll talk. Since I have to do it, so might as well just see what the process is. Because I usually don't show that part. That's the behind the scenes work. I don't really show anybody because I don't think anybody wants to see that kind of content of me punching holes in books and putting them together, because I had to learn how to do that to save money, costs, you know, all that kind of stuff when you're trying to do it for yourself, right? You know, everything comes with a sacrifice. So, you know, you can always tell how great something is to you by how much you're willing to sacrifice for it. Well, that's what I usually say. Depending on the sacrifice depends on how important something is to you. What are you willing to give up for it? Well, I give up my sanity and my sleep for this. Well, for this in the madhouse. So, you know. I wouldn't have it any other way, right? Well, maybe a little bit more sleep, but, you know, who needs sleep? Who needs any of that? I just want to get to a decent point so when I come back to this, I don't have to do a lot of like extra pickup work, right? I can just get right back to it. I'll paint these when I come back. I'll color those shoes. Yeah. Alright, I think that's going to be about it for tonight, Mad Ones. The more appreciated sleep. Yeah, I understand. Alright. Yeah, I want to hit this last little bit right here. And then next time we are here, we will finish this. Or whenever I get a chance to. That's a very active drawing. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted it to be active. You know, it's like, oh man, there ain't nothing in there. And then it's like, and then grabs them and they're all screaming and yelling. You know, fun, mad time. Like what we like to have here. There we go. Alright, Mad Ones, let's go back to the other screen. You know what time it is. It's time for us to go on ahead and boogie on out. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I had a great time. I thank you all for being here. If this is your first time being here and you like the content I create, I do digital work Tuesdays and Thursdays. Or at this point, I just do art whenever I feel like it. You don't know what you're going to get, but usually the three types of mediums I use and that I do for this show is acrylic paint, digital, and I also do pencil and pen. I also use calligraphy pen, the little dip pen. Yes, I use that as well. So that is not an easy skill to do, and you know, it's kind of fun. I enjoy it. And I do other stuff too, like watercolor and etc. So if you enjoy what's going on, hit that subscribe button, like, share it, subscribe, send it to people. You know what to do. Oh, motivational word for today. The best thing you can do sometimes is not to say anything. Because sometimes not knowing what to say and not saying anything can save you some trouble. And I say that because of the fact that a lot of things are going on in the world today that nobody really has an answer, right? Why put yourself in a situation to have a well actually moment when you could just save yourself the trouble? Plus, at this time, everybody's trying to talk and nobody's listening. So the person that's using their ears are the one that's grabbing all of the bits of gold out there. So, you know, sometimes it's better to stay the tongue and use your ears than to be heard all the time. Not to say that you shouldn't be heard, but you know what I mean. It's useful. We're in a different time now, and it's a useful skill. Those that understand, you'll know, and those that are mad enough to understand that if you don't want to get in the hot coat, you keep your mouth shut. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.